Sharath, 2024 has also been an interesting tipping point as far as the number of new UPI apps are concerned, right? I think there have been at least 20 new UPI apps, if I got that number wrong, correct. So what's driving this heightened interest? And you are seeing some traction. Of course, the base is low, but Navi and, Super Money have risen to 4th and 6th places. Cred is in the room, Kunal is in the room. Cred UPI is also doing incredibly well. Are we going to see these newer players taking more share away from PhonePe, Google Pay? Do they ultimately hit a ceiling? How is this going to work out? And how has it been for you competing with these whole new range of apps?
In some ways, this is a fun new phase, right? The way I see it is, do we expect them to grow? Yes. My hope is that we are not just growing within the same pie that exists today and talking about who's taking share away from whom, but instead we're talking about how the entire UPI ecosystem grows, right? For a country of our size, we are still not quite as large as we ought to be. If you think of the entire UPI ecosystem, like 350 million odd users, right, who are actively using it every month. For a country of this size, that number ought to be twice that. If that growth is going to come, there's ample room for many more players to grow. I also think there's ample room for people to innovate with specific customer segments, with specific use cases, with specific ways of doing things. I think ultimately, these products don't appeal to people simply because they use a certain protocol or they enable a certain piece of functionality. They also appeal to people because they do it in a certain way.